There's an idea in psychology that the goal of life is to become who you are. Life is a journey on which you go from one place to another, not simply to reach that other place, but to find out who you are, to become your true self. If your goal is only to reach the end of your life, then the question is, do you know yourself? If you only want goals or you don't only want success and money, have you discovered everything there is in this world? Have you discovered everything about yourself? Don't you want to explore and at the same time discover yourself and the world around you? One of the best books about discovering yourself, in my view, is The Hobbit. A relaxed, little, unperturbed hobbit is unexpectedly called to an adventure by a wizard. This little hobbit goes over high mountains and through deep valleys, facing trolls and ogres and many forces of evil, not only to get to that forgotten place with the dwarves, or the forgotten palace, but also to discover his potential as a hero. The Hobbit is the one who in the most pivotal moments of the story saves his friends. He saves his friends by cunning and courageous acts that you wouldn't expect from a little hobbit like him. But eventually, as he returns home, and they do save the day basically, he realizes that he wasn't just, or isn't just, the hobbit sitting at home eating 7 meals a day, but that he's actually someone who can go on an adventure and save his friends. He's a hero. But The Hobbit isn't the only book or the only piece of literature to show us the value of going on a journey. Already in the 1800s we have writers like Goethe and Caspar Friedrich and Rousseau saying we can discover ourselves by discovering the world. As we go out and face the world with all its challenges, we begin to see who we really are. By seeing what the world is, we see what we are. If we stay at home and watch Netflix, we don't discover who we are, because like the Hobbit, we need to get out there. We need to see what we are made of and go on an adventure. When we go where we haven't been before, we see new parts of ourselves. We become aware of our potential. But we can also go even further back into history to discover or to discuss self-discovery. A popular phrase among the Greeks was "know thyself." And what the Greeks meant by this is that you must know your limits. You must know what you are capable of. But you may only know what you are capable of if you go out there and test your limits. Only when you face your fears and your challenges may you see who you really are and know thyself. All this is to say that there's a huge inner world and a huge outer world. Sometimes you may look at your environment that you've seen countless times, like maybe your little garden in front of your home or a street that you've always walked on. And you suddenly see something new, like a little plant growing or a bird singing that you haven't heard before. As simple as that, you can look at the world out there and suddenly see you have thoughts and feelings, and you're aware of things that you weren't aware of before. There's some feeling maybe also inside that you haven't felt so intensely before, like when you go out on top of a mountain and you see the beautiful view, maybe with the sun setting and the vast plains or landscapes in front of you, then that beauty somehow touches something inside you as well. It's not only that the beauty is outside, but the beauty, or your feeling of beauty, is also inside. Another way of looking at the outside world and seeing your inside world is by meeting people, or by actually getting to know a person who you love. You can explore yourself by exploring someone else, by seeing or becoming aware of others' pain and joy and their fears and hopes. You can become aware of your pain and your joy and your hopes and your fears. And so what this actually has to do with faith, you may ask. Or what does it have to do with faith? Well, I think in our journey of self-discovery or self-realization, we may go deeper and deeper into our own thoughts and feelings. We can go deeper and deeper into our inner world until we find that the most fundamental part of who we are is the God we worship. In your deepest feelings of guilt and shame, God may play a role. In your deepest thoughts of love and hope, God may be at play. God may be the one you find as you search for yourself. We may often think God is way out there, but in a very real sense, God may be in here. And at the same time, as we explore the world out there, we may find that the more we discover about the world and everything that is in it, somehow there might actually be someone behind it all. Somehow there's a source to all of this, to all of our existence. There's a foundation on which it stands. Isn't there something or someone that has actually made us who we are? I dare to say it is God who's the source of all life. God is the foundation of our being, of our existence. If we can see God in all the inner and outer workings of our soul, then we can probably also see ourselves in a rich and meaningful way.